particularly proud and happy about the young filmmakers, actors, singers, writers, producers that are coming up behind my generation. In particular, Barry Jenkins. Young people understand this young man made 10, 15, 20 short films before he got the opportunity to make Moonlight. So never give up. Without commitment, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. It's not easy. If it was easy, there'd be no Kerry Washington. If it was easy, there'd be no Taraji Henson, Pete Henson. If it were easy, there'd be no Octavia Spencer. But not only that, if it were easy, there'd be no Viola Davis. If it were easy, there'd be no Michael T. Williamson, no Stephen McKinley Henderson, no Russell Hornsby. If it were easy, there'd be no Denzel Washington. So keep working, keep striving, never give up, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. So keep moving, keep growing, keep learning. See you at work.
Welcome, 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 welcome. It is Monday, August the 13th, 2018. We're in the studios of WLTT 1180 AM. Coming to you out of the port city of Wilmington, North Carolina. I'm your host, Dawood Alameen. Show is called No Covers Live, Straight Talk, No Chaser. Had a good weekend. I hope all you have. You all is joining on Facebook. Welcome, Michael. Welcome. You start with me already. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. We'll have some fun today. I hope so. I hope we're going to have some fun. 910-765-0097. The lines are open. 910-765-0097. I'll try to pick you up if you want to talk on the air today. Told you before we're going to change the format. Michael called it, and so I'm following suit. I listen to mentors. I listen to brothers that are on point. We're talking politics on Monday, business on Wednesday, healthy living on Friday. That's going to be the format going into the rest of the summer and probably through the rest of the year, especially at least to 2018, November. I think that's November the 4th we go vote, 2014. I want to get some stuff out to air today. I put a lot of tags out this weekend. And then got some positive feedback and some negative feedback. Let me tell you what's wrong with us black people. See, we and I said this last week and I'm gonna say it again. We done got bougie as black people. We done got uppity. We done got I'm gonna do my own thing mentality. Forget everybody else. It doesn't affect me. I'm okay. I'm good. We done got comfortable sitting in movie theaters, eating at restaurants, being able to walk down the street. We have gotten lazy. We have gotten complacent. We've gotten spoiled. That's what it is. Real spoiled. Because some of the disagreements that I'm dealing with us on, because I'm gonna deal with us, especially on this vote for your life thing. I'm gonna deal with us. I happen to tune into a good friend of mine's show, Adam Bia, and I'm on not, we ain't gonna say piggyback because we don't like to say piggy. I'm a horseback ride on him today on his show that he did earlier this morning. I tune into his show mostly every Mondays at 10 o'clock on another station down in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And we have a lot of feedback with each other. As a matter of fact, Adam's one of my mentors. That was my imam back when in my early days of development. So he taught me in the early days down in Fayetteville, North Carolina, because before I came to Wilmington, I was in Fayetteville. And I used to go on his show sometime. Let's talk about it down there. There's a show now called Wake Up on Monday mornings at 10 o'clock. And he talked about the black preachers this morning that went to see Trump. I couldn't chime in because I was busy doing some other stuff, but I was trying to chime in on the show at the same time. And one of the things I want to address when we deal with these ministers and how upset some people are, because some people are not upset they went. Some people think they were okay going. I want you to think back in the 1960s in the civil rights movement. And I want you to deal with the dispute, because I'm a product of that. The dispute between Malcolm and Elijah Muhammad in the nation, who were more do for self and development, and the civil rights movement. And I want us to go back in time. I want us to think for a second. Even in their disagreement, they were respectful enough not to cross each other's path. You do your thing, I'm gonna do my thing. You do your thing, and I hope you respect my thing. And I'm gonna do my thing and hope you respect my thing. That's how they operated. If King had an audience with the White House, and King had a dialogue with the White House, you would never see Stokely, who was in opposition sometime, backdoor him to have another meeting with the president, because that was his platform. His platform was trying to move in a progress, fighting the laws and changing the laws and conditions of the system. You would never see anyone from the Nationalist Front take a backdoor cut to try to cut him off at the legs and meet with the powers that be. They gave each other that much respect. This is the confusion that we're having in our community. We're so divided that pastors can get together and make a decision knowing that that decision is going to be a reflection of the masses of Black people. See, they knew when they went to meet with Trump that that would be a reflection and can be used around the world as how we think, the masses of Black people. So in days gone by, that decision would never have been made without first checking in with leadership to see if it was an okay move to make. But that's not how we operate anymore. Everybody does their own thing to get paid their own way. Everybody sells out when they choose to sell out and don't check in with anybody. And until we fix that problem, the system we have is not going to work. That's why humbly, so you know, I have some folks online that talk revolutionary. I understand that. Humbly, I say vote for your life. I humbly say it because the masses of our people are in agreement with that strategy, and the other strategy is not working. So sometimes you have to humbly put your shield down to work with a strategy that's moving, or work with a strategy that the masses of people need to go forward, because we need to go forward. We don't need to keep staying stuck in the mud with debates and all of this superficial dialogue that I see on page all day long with this genius and this philosopher versus this philosopher that hadn't been in school 10 minutes. Got 5 books on the shelf from the local library that they didn't return. And all of a sudden they're wise and got intellect beyond years of scholars. They're now the new Sheikh Diop, the new Ivan Van Sertima, because they got a few books. And now they know exactly what the problem and solution is for Black America. No, we don't. We have the slightest idea. If we had the solution, we would be implementing it. We're still, just cut it out, people. We're still implementing the solution. I don't know if the voting solution is the correct solution, but I know it's a solution. Don't know if it's the correct one. We're still trying to, after 400 years of soldiering in this country, 400 plus, we're still trying to find what is the right solution for all of us, not just a few of us making it to the top of the mountain, or a few of us making it through the doorway. I don't know if you, but myself, I'm working with people that are trying to find out the solution for the masses of our people. And I don't know what that solution is. I can humbly say that I don't know exactly what y'all keep that debate going online, because I'm gonna keep talking. I really don't know what the solution is. So what I'm doing and humbly doing is trying to say that after 30 years of doing this kind of work, I don't know. I've tried them all. None of them seem to consistently work. I know unity is one of the biggest problems that we have. Unifying on any one solution. She said the one solution is to get away from white folk. Okay, I got you. I go that route. I go that route. But I counter, because if I break my leg, 9 times out of 10, when I got to go to the hospital, he don't look like me. When I get sick, 9 times out of 10, when I go to the hospital, that's not ran by me. I want to get away. Lord knows I do. Jesus, oh, Lord God, sometimes, yes, I am there. I've been trying to get away. Yes, Lord, please help me. But the reality that I must face when I wake up in the morning is that 80% of our people went to work, if not 90% of our people went to work on a job this morning with somebody that didn't look like them. The Black entrepreneurship and enterprise is not there. I fortunately have the privilege of going to work 2 places a day with someone that looks like me. That's a privilege. That's a joy that I have. And it's also a sacrifice that I make. I have the joy, privilege, and the sacrifice to be able to get up every day and go to a place, 2 places, and work for individuals who look the same way I look. Owners that look the same way I look. That's a privilege. That's a joy, and it's also a sacrifice. And you can figure that out as we go. Yeah. So I understand, get away. I am saying, and I'm going to say every Monday from now on, Michael, this is the slogan until 2008. I'm 18. I'm going to roll with it. I'm rolling the dice. I don't know, but I'm rolling the dice. Vote for your life. I'm going to roll the dice. I mean, again, as I said last week, it's going to only cost me 0.20% of energy to go vote. That's all it's going to cost me. So if you disagree with the process, okay, fine, but it's not going to cost you anything to participate in the process. And if we don't participate in the process, we're doing exactly what the enemy wants us to do. Divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. When you don't shop with Black-owned businesses, you're doing exactly what the enemy wants you to do. Divide and conquer. When you don't push for your own schools, yes, I'm with you. Divide and conquer. If you're not going to support, then you're hurting you're hurting your own community. We have got this slogan. We have decided in Wilmington, North Carolina, the slogan is vote for your life. You either get on the bandwagon or please get ridden over, or please get out of the way. You're going to participate in the process and get out of the way. Because it's other, I go with your solution, but give me one. It hasn't worked. We're going to vote or die. We got to change it. You see what's happening. If you can't see what's happening, let me show you how quick. Let me show you the game. So I didn't realize, I went to a meeting and I didn't realize, I studied all weekend. In 2018, there are amendments that are being made on the North Carolina Constitution. 6 amendments that the average voter is going to go into the polls and pull a lever without even looking at the amendments and studying what they are. Because we're participating in the process, but we're not understanding the process and how it plays and how it affects us. So when we complain, see, folks that say get away and move away are the same folks that sitting here, and I hear you on Facebook all day long complaining how racist Donald Trump is. Okay, granted, that's the system of America too. Granted, then change it or create another system. And I'm tired, and I'm tired. I can say this humbly because I've been on that line trying to create that other system. Been a nationalist for years. I was on the corners of the community. I've been out there. Yes, I'm one of those ones that used to stand on the corners at your car. Yeah. Haven't created that system yet. I haven't seen one black hospital yet that I can go when my child gets sick tonight, that I can go run to and get them bandaged up by a black doctor that's in that hospital. I haven't seen one yet. We have about 16 black banks in this country. We got a few real estate brokers in Wilmington, North Carolina. When you go to a house, you got to go to a bank to get it financed. It ain't going to look like yours unless you're going over to the Farmers Bank in Durham to get it financed. He's not going to finance a house way down here in Wilmington. Been out there pushing the program of we gonna build this, we gonna do this, we gonna do that. We ain't done nothing. So now it's time to fix a system that's broken. And we live in a country that's a political, that operates on a political process. And if you're not going to participate in that political process, please shut up and go work somebody else's time and leave the people alone that have decided to follow the process. The reason why the process doesn't work is because we coming out 50 to 60%. Do the numbers. I did them. Consistently, that's what we do. We show up to polls 50 to 60%, then go home crying and complaining. Then the folks that's crying and complaining don't even have a voter registration card. You know why I know? Because I pulled up some of your addresses and I looked at your numbers. All I need is your number and your birthday is right there on Facebook. Oh, I do this for a living. I do this for real. Yeah, some of you that talk, I'm gonna start calling you out. Because all I need is your address and your birthday, which you gave me on Facebook. And when I pull up your voting record, it's pathetic. It's deplorable. You're not even registered and talking. This is real. We got to start talking real. We got to start being real. We got to push our people to the polls. 2018 is critical. We ain't on your way to 2020. November 2018, we need to be moving. We need to be mobilizing. They playing with me. Because when you start talking now, they start knocking you offline real quick. I didn't do that. But I didn't do that. I hope y'all came back with me. It's still showing I'm on. They start playing with me. When you start talking, they start trying to knock you off the line real quick. They monitor what we say. Call in and get him off the line. Please, he's trying to tell people to go 80% to the poll. 80% is what we need, 80 to 90. We haven't tried it. See, we're complaining about a system. We haven't even tried the system. We haven't got 100% support at the polls. Go do the numbers. New Hanover County Board election, you pull them up. We average about 50 to 60 all our major precincts. That's how we come out. They come out 50 to 60, but they're the majority of the population. You can't do what they do. See, that's the problem. We got spoiled, people. Community, we've gotten spoiled because we sit in the community theater, because we can sit in the restaurant, because we can go to the toilet with white folks. We think we can operate the same way they operate. We can't. We're going to lose following that process. We have to do triple, double, quadruple. We had to put a quadruple effort into this. They can easily come out 50 to 60%. Matter of fact, they can come out 40% and still win. We want to know why we don't have no members on the school board? Because I need 100% people at the polls. Even 5,000 votes, we know what they're going to do. About 5,500 votes. We can get somebody on that school board that looks like us. Somebody on that school board that makes sure that our children, when they're represented on that board, when they drew those county lines, there was nobody at the table that represented us. Vote for your life. That's what you're voting for. Vote for your life. That's what you're doing it for. Because they're not playing. You're gonna sit there and hold your hand back. Because people, I know they're saying, you know what, he was to be a Republican. I'm an independent. Fools you. Change parties. There's no way I could do it anymore. I used to play the 33% rule. That we had a rule, 33%. We had a philosophy. A group of us had a philosophy. We put 33% in the Democratic Party, 33% in the Republican Party, 33%, 34% independent. That was our philosophy. And we did it for years. I stayed over in the party for years just so I could make you informed on what they were doing, what was going on. I can't do it no more. I can't stomach and sit in the room anymore knowing that this beast is devouring us up. They have an amendment, folks, that's being amended. They're trying to get an amendment in. Amendment number 1, voter ID. They're trying to get an amendment passed that you must show up to the polls with ID. And they're not even saying what kind of ID is. So you come in there with a school ID or a social security card, that might not work. That's an amendment. They're trying to strip you of your very right to vote. And you're sitting at home talking about don't go vote. They got a bipartisan elections amendment. They're going to strip the governor of everything, all the power. Knowing, here's how they operate. They're going to slide it in and call it a legislative appointment, a bipartisan legislative. So they want you to believe that once they put this amendment in, the commissions and the boards are going to be set up bipartisan. How is it going to be bipartisan when you control the party or you control the legislature? The only hand we got is the governor's veto right now. They slick. They know exactly what they're doing. They slick with it, and they know we probably not even studying amendments. That's why you see on my page, I want y'all to go study these amendments because we're going to talk about these every week. They got a tax vote. It was at 5%. They wanted a 10%. They agreed to 7%. They're still trying to raise it up. They slick. Oh, they slick. They slick. Go look at your amendments. Study them. Study them. One of the biggest ones is trying to stack the judges. Some of us better listen to this one. They're trying to stack the judges in court to make sure they got their folks in court represented. Much as we stay in court, you gonna talk about going. You talk about not going to vote. We got we got cousins and nephews in court. We need to go vote. They talking about stacking the courts up on us. You go before the judge. You remember when you appoint judges, you don't know whether they're Republican or not, or what their views are. So they're gonna stack the court with those that view are locking your tail up. What do you think they're trying to do? You're trying to be eliminated. And so for those of us that say, well, yes, we're gonna do something for self, I got you, I'm with you. Let's do it. At the same time, let's make sure we ain't eliminated before we build. Use common sense, folks. If you know you're about to get evicted and you don't have another house to go to, then make sure you go pay the rent. I'm gonna say that again. So if you didn't get me, if it didn't make sense to you, let me make it clear to you. I'm okay with building another house. I have no problem with building another house. I have no problem with leaving this house and going to another house. But if you haven't built the other house and you don't have the down payment to put on the other house, and the other house is not instructed, and an eviction notice is on your door that you're about to be evicted, then you have common sense will tell you to go pay the rent. When I'm telling you the eviction notice on your door, you're about to be evicted from this country, so go pay the rent. Vote for your life. You got to go pay the rent because you got an eviction notice on your door. If you don't see it, go tune in Fox News for about 24 hours. If you can't see the eviction notice on your door, you got an eviction notice on your door, you talking about you ain't gonna go pay the rent. That man gonna come put all your furniture on the street and put you out of doors and have you sitting on the curb. And you over there talking about, well, I was going to try to build me another house. We was trying. You sound like them folks that went out there to Mexico and went out there in New Mexico and was living with all them tires and them children, talking about they was trying to cultivate the land and do for self. And they got the children running around any kind of way. That's what you sound like. You ain't gonna participate in the process and don't have a house to go, my mama used to say, a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. You about to be evicted. You ain't complaining. You want to know why I'm fired up? I studied. I'm fired up because you are about to be evicted. That's what they trying to do, is evict you. When Obama left, they said they don't want another one up in there. They didn't even want him up in there. They probably burnt everything when he left. And they're trying to evict you. And you talking about you ain't gonna go pay the rent. You better go down there and register. If you don't have a registration card, go get one, please, so we can pay this rent. It's past due. We got rent to pay. The eviction notice is on the door. They're about to skimmy us up out of here. The sheriff is right around the corner with the car park. He tried to get all your stuff and put it on the curb. You better go vote and go pay your rent. And then when you build a house, see, it's when you build that house. Tim, I was with my father. I watched him pay rent for years. He paid rent. We lived in the what's it called? Left on the outside. They're gonna be left on the outside, all right, Mike. They're gonna be on the outside with no place to stay. That's what they're gonna be. They're gonna be evicted. I ain't trying to get evicted. I'm gonna pay my rent. I'm participating in the process. 80-90%, y'all. We got to get these numbers up in Wilmington. We got to operate. We need some folks on the school board. We need some folks on on county commission. You know why folks ain't running for? People say, well, we ain't got no folks running. We ain't got no folks running because we can't win. We ain't winning. We're not winning because I studied the numbers. We're not winning because we're not coming to the polls enough. We think we can come at the numbers everybody else coming. We can't. Simply we can't. Church folks, I need you. Church folks, I need you. Here's what I want you to do, church folks. If you don't hear, see, there's a post I posted today by Dr. Morrell, Reverend Morrell out of Atlanta, Georgia. Go look at his response to the pastors. See, that's how you know whether your pastors are operating correctly or not. Go listen to his response to the other pastors. He called them out because let me explain to this why I can say this. Having lived with a man of God, having grown up in a house with a man of God, watching him every day, he always said, pay Caesar's things to Caesar's, but God things to God. So whenever he was in a position facing people of power, he brought truth to the power as he saw it. He brought truth to that power. My father never bit his tongue when it came to how he felt scripturally. He brought truth to that power. So that's how you judge your representatives that represent you. They should be bringing truth to power. That's their job. That's their divine job. They're supposed to be bringing the truth to the power. So when they see one in power, it's destroying the country. I don't care what your 501c tax strategy say, what you can and can't talk about. You better find some kind of way to make sure your parishioners know that you're one to bring truth to power and that they should be out there on the front line bringing the truth to power. So we need to be on boards and yeah, she gave me that the other night. Boards and commissions. I'm gonna go again. 0.23% of energy. That's all it costs you all. Why y'all keep asking me why I say 0.23%? Because that's little. That's how much how much energy does it take you to look on the board and commissioner sheet? Go online. All you have to do is go online. If you don't know, maybe you don't know. Let me show you how to do this. You go online, you look for the board and commissioners, you fill out an application, You can fill the application out online. I think I did mine online when I was on the African American History Commission. Most people don't know we have an African American History Commission here in Wilmington, North Carolina. I served on that commission. All you have to do is fill out the paperwork, go online, go on the site, and take it down to the city manager's office and apply. It's free. You don't have to pay no money to apply. You're a taxpaying citizen. You apply. They take it to the council. They vote on it. Your name comes up. You may get it. You may not. But you should apply to be on the commission. We're complaining about streets and roads and parks being developed. We talk about all these parks developed. How many of us on the Parks and Rec Commission to make sure that parks are built in our neighborhood get the same adequate funding as the soccer stadium they're trying to build and these nice parks? I went over here to my friend's house the other day off Smith Creek Parkway and seen the park that they built. Good God Almighty! I didn't know my tax money paid for that beautiful place. Yes. Money's to be going to sign, and we don't even know because we're not in the room. And if we're not in the room, we're part of the problem because we're not participating in the process, folks. We're about to get evicted. We got to pay this rent. I'm not trying to get evicted without another house to go to. Vote for your life. It's serious. I think I'm serious. You sitting around playing. No, it's time. We can't be sitting around playing. I was reminded, this is August, the middle of August. October, November. This is the middle of August. We got October, November. That's about 2 months, y'all. Less than 2 months now. September, October, we got 2.5 months. I skipped a month. August, September, October. So we got September and October, then we go in November. So we got about 2.5 months. 2.5 months. You for the next 2.5 months on Monday. This is all you getting. If you haven't peeked the show out Mondays, bam, this is what you get. I'm gonna give you the sites to go to. You all that want to study them, there's a site. Here's a site. It's called Ballotpedia. 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 That's my site that I use. That's my research site. You use it. It's a very valuable site. I think a lot of us don't know how to do it. So what I'm gonna start doing in the time that we have is I'm gonna start trying to teach us how to do it. If you're deciding for candidates, Ballotpedia is pretty much it gives you both points of view. I like it because they sit in the middle. They tell you the opposition and they give you those that's for, those that's for and those against. They give you both sides. You can look, read up, you can go a candidate. You can see his pros and cons. You can go all the way down your ballot sheet. You can look at it. You can go pull them up on Ballotpedia, and that's what we're going to be doing. I'm trying to get things integrated here on Facebook where I can get you on there, but we're going to be pulling some of this stuff up and looking at the pros and cons. I want you to do your research the next couple of months. Ballotpedia. It's a very good site. It gives you, if you want to go study the amendments, they have all the amendments up there. You can go click them, push them on. We saying no. We ain't even going that route. We're going straight no. We're gonna bypass all that. Messing with the Constitution, I don't trust you. You can't. And the reason why I had to study there's a couple of amendments that I kind of like. I might be on the border on, but I understand the no vote. The no vote is we can't trust you up there in Raleigh. I see what you're doing. So everything right now is tainted. You gotta understand it's split down the middle, y'all. And I understand. I understand the argument. We've been selling ourselves sold to one party for years. I understand. You believe me. Believe me, you're talking to the choir on that one. But right now is not the time. Not right now. 2020, we may talk about it again. 2020, but right now is not the time. We got major stuff in 2018. We got to flip the scale in 18. We got to start here in our city and push the wave all the way across North Carolina, to push it to South Carolina, to push it to Georgia. North Carolina, push it to Virginia, push it to DC. We got to take the whole eastern coast, eastern seaboard, and we got to take these critical races and flip them. Now is not the time to argue. Argue later. Right now until November, get on board. Vote for your life. I need you to get on board. You on my Facebook family? You can argue with me all day. You can inbox me all day. We can talk all day. I've been with some of you all for years, and if we have to part ways, so be it. So be it. I parted ways with a lot of folks before. But right now, I'm rolling the dice. And I'm rolling the dice because I'm gonna say this. If you didn't get it, us folks that's been, if you didn't get it, I'm gonna make it clear to you so you can get it. The notice is on the door. You got 2.5 months left to pay your rent, or this property is going to be taken over. The notice is on the door. Most of the time when they send you eviction, they send you a notice. They send you one note. That's when you first do. Y'all said, "Dog, you like you've been through this process before." Yep, I have. They send you one note. Been down that process. Didn't have it sometimes. Trying to go to school, take care of 7 children, trying to get a degree. They send you another note on the door. Usually on that second note, they serious. They give you no third note. Because on that second note, you're usually 60 days behind. The third note, they come in with the truck and the sheriff in case you want to cause any trouble. And they tell you, you out. The note's on the door, fellas. People, family. Y'all don't see the note? They trying to evict us. And they trying to do it suddenly. They're trying to do it while dividing us at the same time. I done peeped the game. See, I want you to go, my good friend Adam B., I brought this to my attention this morning. Go understand the quote. There's a quote that's floating around. And he said something to me today that I agree with. If you say something over and over again, people start to believe it. So the quote that we must kill right now is, Donald Trump is the most pro-black president ever. Go on your Facebook page and Google that. You'll start seeing black folks even posting that quote. Because if you say something long enough, people will start believing it. I want you to go listen to that 30 minutes of Pastor Burrell, Pastor Burrell that's on my line. I want you to listen to his 30 minutes of what Donald Trump has done to make him the best, most pro-black. That's what they said. They came out of a meeting and said he was the most pro-black president ever. How dare you disrespect our brother? How dare you disrespect? And I've had my criticism of the Obama era. I've had my criticism of his era. Yes. But you know what he did that was so pro-black? You want me to tell you? He did something that was so pro-black that it can never. He did something no president can ever do that was so pro-black. The pro-black that Obama did, it goes so high that no one in history will ever reach it again. He won. Against all odds, he won. He might not have put the best policies in place, but against all odds, he survived. He won. He gave hope to little children. He gave hope to you. He gave hope to I. I remember how you all were in the street celebrating on the night he won. He did the ultimate pro-black. He won. And no one can top that. How dare them say Donald Trump is the most pro-black? Nobody can ever beat Obama's pro-blackness because he won. He defeated all odds. He did what every one of us thought was impossible at one point of our life. There's not one of us in the last 100 years that's been born that believed 100% that was impossible when they were born. In the 80s when Jesse Lee, we didn't believe it was possible. We hoped it was possible. We didn't believe it was possible. He did the most pro-black thing ever. He won. And that's enough. Against all odds, he won twice. He took every shot they had while he was off. He took every hour they painted a picture with him as a monkey. He took it. They painted him, his wife, and his children as a monkey, and you saw it. And then you have the audacity as a pastor to go call Donald Trump the most pro-black ever? He sacrificed his family, his children. You all this criticizing his daughters on Facebook. How dare you? You don't know the hit that those girls took for all 8 years. The environment they had to grow up under for 8 years. You may think it was privileged. They had it rough for 8 years. How dare you? Because she's smoking a cigarette. Please, you smoke worse. You got the nerve to criticize her. She dated out of it. So what? Y'all kill me with that mess. He was the most pro-black ever because he won. Vote for your life is a slogan, y'all. That's what we're going with. Every Monday, we're going to be talking politics strong. Number's always 765-0097 whenever y'all want to use the phone line and call in. I don't need to take up the air the whole time, but I will if I have to, because I got to get a message out there to our people. We got to play the game on both ends of the spectrum, y'all. I understand you all. I understand. I've been there. I've been out there. I've been there. I've been trying to build that house of freedom, justice, and equality for years. I've been trying to get in it. I've been trying to build Marcus Garvey's ship back to Africa. Yes, I have a no-cover mission in Africa, Gambia, right now. I stay in touch with them every month almost. Children, they've sent goods to down there in Gambia. Yes. I get a report on how they're doing in school. I've been trying to build that boat back and sail back for years. I want to see a black hospital. I want to see black school children getting educated by black teachers. I want all of that. I want to see black restaurants and eat in some of the finest restaurants that we have. Yes, I want to be able to fly black planes with black pilots. Yes, I want all that. I want to go be able to sit in the chambers of a black Congress. Yes, I do. But in the meantime, I'm being evicted from this house. And I got to pay the rent. And the rent is due. And I don't have a house to go to yet because it's not built. Been building it for 60 years and it's still not built yet. I don't have a hospital yet. I don't have a school yet. I don't have a doctor to go to yet. I don't have that yet. So in the meantime, I got to pay rent on the house I'm in. It's just as simple as that, folks. I got to pay the rent. I got to call in on air. Yes, caller. Caller, you on air? Yes, sir. What's going on? Let me see if I get you online. What's going on, Mike? I got you. You still there? You still there online? Okay. Go ahead, talk to me.
I follow the comments when I'm online. See a couple of people, had their doubts. Charisma, she was saying about the voter don't do. Let them know about the $1,000 plan that we trying to do. We trying to make something happen. But we need people to get involved. Can't sit on the sideline and just complain. Get your money right.
I got you.
Get your money right. Come to the table with your ideas, with your sweat, ready to work, and we can make change. It's time. We've been talking. Let's do something.
Therefore, Mike, I will do just that. What he's talking about is we have decided as a group, and we'll be putting more about this on Wednesdays because Wednesday show is going to be finance and economics, but I'm going to put it out there now again every day. We've decided to do a $1,000 club, and that $1,000 club is what it consists of on January the 4th. You all that's talking, put your money behind your talk. We want you to come to the table with $1,000. We're going to take that $1,000 and turn it into $100,000 with 100 people. We're going to take that money and we're going to invest it back in the community of Wilmington. We're going to agree, and we're going to agree to disagree. But we're going to come up with a viable plan of investment to invest that $1,000 in, and we're going to go back and get another $1,000. And we're going to do it again and again until we start being able to be in position to buy up properties and businesses in our community before they get closed out and sold out to someone else. So join us on that effort. You'll hear more about that on Wednesday. Tune back in on Wednesday at 12:30, and we'll talk more about that. Hey, peace and blessing. I appreciate you. And I appreciate all your comments on Facebook, the good and the positive and the negative. I have to take the negative as well because I need that sometimes as inspiration to keep me running. So keep on firing your negative comments because I'm just going to make me run hard. Vote for your life. Vote for your life. Vote for your life. And we're going to just keep saying that every Monday. And the show is going to be called Vote for Your Life because that's where we're at right now. With eviction, the notice out. We got to get paid, and we got to pay this bill that we got due. Peace and blessing, y'all. I see y'all again on Wednesday.